Shanti Om Shanti. Dispels the darkness of mortal ignorance. Realize you're a soul. Om Shanti Om Shanti Om Shanti की शक्ति से पत्थर भी होता मोम. The power of Om Shanti can melt the hardest stone. Om Shanti Om. I'm a peaceful soul. Om Shanti Om. I'm a peaceful soul. Om Shanti Om Shanti. I'm a peaceful soul. Om Shanti Om Shanti. I'm a peaceful soul. Om Shanti Om. Om Shanti Om. Om Shanti Om. Om Shanti Om.
वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा. ॐ गणपते नमो नमः. सिद्धिविनायक नमो नमः. अष्टविनायक नमो नमः. गणपति बाप्पा मोरया.
Sonia, Jai Shri Krishna. Good morning. Jai Chinanda, Jai Swaminarayan, Sai Ram. Om. Om Bhurbhuvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimai Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodaya. Om Bhurbhuvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimai धियो यो न प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात् धियो यो न प्रचोदयात् धियो यो न प्रचोदयात्. Once again, a very warm welcome from Women to Women. As you all know from my other screen, that Lata Didi has left us now. The Nightingale of India, a voice which has resonated and brought joy and happiness to millions around the world. Heartfelt condolences to her family and fans. I am anguished beyond words. The kind and caring Lata Didi had left us. She leaves a void in our nation that cannot be filled. The coming generations will remember her as a stalwart of India, whose melodious voice had an unparalleled ability of mesmerizing voice. Can we give a minute of silence for her, please? Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Once again, I welcome Didi Daksha. All yours. The floor is yours.
Thank you. So, Panna, when am I sharing in English or Gujarati?
Entirely up to you.
So if there's everybody who understands Gujarati, Hindi, then I prefer to.
If you can fill the gaps in English wherever possible, I'll appreciate it. Thank you, Ben.
So yes, just like what you shared, our heartfelt Shraddhanjali for the departed soul. And, she's not just a Bollywood singer, but she's sung so many classical songs and spiritual songs and bhajans. So, yes, I think millions over the world will be missing her. And rightfully said, she was the Nightingale of India. So I'm sure that soul has accumulated so much blessings for the work she has done. So she's in a very good place. But yes, we still will be sending, as we meditate, we'll be sending our thoughts and God's light and might to make her onward journey much smoother. So thank you. Yes, if there is anybody who doesn't understand Gujarati, please then put that in the chat and I'll switch up the language to English or Hindi. But from the participants list that I'm looking at, I feel most of you speak Gujarati or Hindi, and it is better that we share in the language that is for spiritual things, at least the language that is very close to our hearts. So, Panna સાથે હું વાત કરી રહી હતી કે આ સેશન્સમાં એવો વિચાર છે કે આપણે એવરી વીક એક નઈ Okay, so if you speak Hindi, then I'll speak in Hindi. it's better than it's more easier for others to understand. तो हम सोच रहे थे कि एक एक डिफरेंट टॉपिक लेके, स्पिरिचुअल टॉपिक्स लेके इस पर हम शेयर करें, मेडिटेशन करें, ताकि स्पिरिचुअलिटी तो बहुत बेहद का सब्जेक्ट है, पर हर एक वीक अगर हम एक बात पर फोकस करें तो क्या होगा कि कई बातें की गहराई में हम जा सकते हैं और उससे क्लैरिटी मिल सकती है। तो लास्ट टाइम पता है ना, याद है ना आपको कौन सा टॉपिक हमने लिया था? व्यर्थ के बारे में। तो आज हम सोच रहे थे कि कैसे हम दुखों से मुक्त रहे, क्योंकि हम ये सब जानते हैं कि दुख देना बुरी चीज है। वो कोशिश करके मैं नेक्स्ट वीक उस पर बताऊंगी, पर आज पहले हम इस पर बात करना चाहते थे कि कैसे हम दुख ना लें, क्योंकि दुख ना देना ये तो हमें कई बताते हैं, पर इतना जोर इस बात पर नहीं दिया जाता है कि दुख हम ना लें, राइट? तो इस पर हम आज बात करेंगे। तो हम देखेंगे कि दुख हम क्यों नहीं लेना चाहिए। जैसे मनुष्य जीवन के लिए कहा जाता है कि ये हीरे तुल्य जीवन है, ये पुण्य कर्म करने के लिए जीवन है, खुश रहने के लिए जीवन है। तो हम क्यों दुख ले लेते हैं? क्योंकि जो दुख लेता है तो कभी ना कभी दुख देगा जरूर, क्योंकि जो जिसके पास होगा वही तो फिर शेयर करेंगे ना। अगर हमारे पास हर हमेशा खुशी है तो हम वो शेयर करेंगे। जैसे लता जी के लिए वो टैलेंट थी उनके पास, वो खूबी थी, तो उन्होंने वो शेयर किया, उससे वो शेयर करके कितनों को सुख पहुंचाया, कितनों के दिल जीते। तो इसी तरह से हम आज देखें हमारे अंदर क्या है। कल लास्ट टाइम हमने पवित्रता की भी बात की थी, उसमें विशेष करके व्यर्थ संकल्पों से कैसे हम परे रहे उस पर ध्यान दिया था। तो आज हम देखेंगे कि भाई कैसे हम दुख ना लें। तो आज अभी जो हमारा स्टडी क्लास सुना हमने, अभी भी चल रहा है, पर सार उसका यही था कि किस तरह से हर प्रकार की हमारे अंदर सफाई हो, तन की सफाई, मन की सफाई, संबंधों की सफाई, दिल की सफाई। तो 4 बातों पर विशेष ध्यान दे रहे थे। तो जो मैं समझती हूँ इस ग्रुप में आए हैं, बैठे हैं, जुड़ते हैं, तो तन की सफाई का तो महत्व देते ही होंगे। पर हम देखते हैं जैसे बचपन से लेकर भारतीय संस्कृति में सुबह उठ के पहले क्या करना होता है? स्नान करना होता है। सफाई को हम महत्व देते हैं। कई धर्मों में तो ऐसा भी होता है कि जैसे दिन भर हम दूसरी तीसरी बार भी स्नान करने जाते हैं। तो ये मन हमारा जो है उसको हम कहते हैं मंदिर है। आज ये बात चल रही थी। तो एक तो है कि मन के अंदर हम जाए और हम देखें कि हमारा मन भी इतना क्लीन है या नहीं। तो दुख लेने का मुख्य कारण होता है कि हम व्यर्थ संकल्पों में चले जाते हैं, फीलिंग्स में आ जाते हैं। किसी ने कुछ कहा, सुनाया तो हम उसको बहुत दिल से ले लेते हैं। और दिल से लेने से क्या होता है कि भाई कई बार हम अपने ही कॉन्फिडेंस को गुमा बैठते हैं ना। किसी ने कहा कि तुम ऐसी हो, तो भले हमें लगता है कि ऐसे नहीं है, पर फिर सोचते हैं हाँ ये कह रही तो सही होगा। तो दुख होने का कारण क्या होता है कि किसी न किसी परसेंटेज में जो बात हमें कही जाती है या हमारे लिए कही जाती है उस पर हम हमारा जैसे उससे मानते हैं हम, वी आर इन अग्रीमेंट इन अ वे। तो आज मेडिटेशन में हम ये देखेंगे कि एकदम हम अंदर जाके देखें कि हम किसी की बात को दिल पर ले लेते हैं। तो दिल पर लेने का काम इसलिए क्या तो हमारी उनसे अपेक्षा है कि भाई नहीं वो हमें अच्छा समझे, या हम उसकी जो भी सोच है उसको हम बहुत पसंद देते हैं। चलो हमारे बड़े हैं, फ्रेंड्स हैं, गाइड्स हैं, वो हमारे लिए अगर कुछ ऐसा कहते हैं तो हम अंदर देखें कि भाई यहाँ there is an element of truth in it, let me change. But if there is no truth in that, then हम शांत में रहे और समय पर आने पर हम उसे बताए कि भाई नहीं, आपकी ये सोच सही नहीं है। पर हम फील क्यों कर लेते हैं? फील करने से क्या होता है कि हमारी आत्मा जो है, rather हम आत्मा जो है वो कमजोर हो जाती है। और कमजोर आत्मा फिर कहीं ना कहीं ना, जैसे आज शारीरिक कोई कमजोरी हो और आप बाहर चलने गए ना, तो डर रहता है ना कि कहीं गिर ना जाए ना, कहीं एक्सीडेंट ना हो जाए। तो जब आत्मा कमजोर हो जाती है, मन कमजोर हो जाता है, तो हमारे संबंधों में भी वो एक्सीडेंट्स होना बहुत ना, जैसे संभव रहता है। इसकी there's lot of expectations, there's lot of you know, it just happens। और फिर हम सोचते कि हम तो अच्छा करने गए थे, पर अच्छा होने के बजाय बुरा कैसे हो गया। तो ये एक मुख्य बात है कि भाई हम मन में ऐसी कोई बात ना लें। दूसरा दुख होने का कारण है हमारे संबंधियों से, दोस्तों से, कोलीग से, जो भी है, नेबर से, कोई ना कोई प्रकार की अपेक्षाएं है। तो जब हमें ये पता चले, हमें ये याद रहे, हम अपने को याद दिलाए कि हम परमात्मा की संतान, हम बिल्कुल ही जैसे दाता के बच्चे हैं, तो जो दाता का कर्तव्य है वो मेरा भी कर्तव्य होना चाहिए। क्योंकि अब से 50+ ईयर्स से हम अलग बातें देख रहे हैं, पर वरना हम देखते हैं कि भाई जो माँ बाप का प्रोफेशन, स्पेशली बाप का प्रोफेशन होता है वो बच्चों का होता है ना। बहुत सालों तक कारपेंटर का बच्चा कारपेंटर ही बनता था, दर्जी का बच्चा दर्जी का काम करता था। अब ये नहीं होता है इतना, पर जनरली यही बात होती है। तो परमात्मा जो है दाता है और हम उनकी संतान, तो उसका काम है, okay, you want me to speak in English? But in the chat, she did mention that she speaks Hindi and English. So I think it's good that they put a clear message. So, we as God's children, we are the children of the bestower, Adonai. Okay. So I think Panavan is going to look into this to get interpretation sorted out by next week. So we can have it in Gujarati, Hindi, and then whoever needs translation.
Okay.
So my thought was that as God's children, let also be very, very generous and like a bestower, and always remember that we're here to share with each other. And the more we share, the more it's going to grow. I was just saying, some of you, I did come out of the one group because it's too much for me to handle. But like you were sharing all these beautiful gardening tips, etc. So the more you share, the more you get happiness, and then you learn from each other. So whether it's cooking, etc., gardening, flower arrangements, not just all those skills, but anything, but even the life skills. I'm with a family who just lost their son, who's only 43 years old, and was quite healthy, and it just happened so suddenly. But I'm very amazed at the stage of the daughter-in-law, जो उसकी बीवी है, because she's had spiritual exposure to spiritual wisdom. She's handling the whole situation with 2 young children so very well. It's just amazing. And she kept saying that my mother-in-law kept sharing this wisdom and also giving me suggestions and guidance. She's thanking the mother-in-law that because of what she has passed on to me, I'm able to handle the situation very well. તો આવા સંજોગમાં જ્યારે કે ભાઈ young age husband, નાના બે છોકરા, it's not that young but still 16 and 13 are quite small, but there's no, they're missing the soul who is gone, but there is no sorrow. So kehવાનો matlab કે let's pass this on. And the other thing is when we have expectations, apeksha jare hoy. So that is the main cause of sorrow in any circumstances. કોઈ ના કોઈ પ્રકારની અપેક્ષા બીજા તરફથી આપણને જરૂર દુઃખ આપશે. So can we kind of train ourselves, our thinking, and the way we perceive things, the way we interact with each other is free of expectations. When that happens, then what is possible is that it's a smooth journey. If you receive something, that's a bonus. If you didn't receive anything, then you're not sad. મળ્યું તો બી ઠીક, ન મળ્યું તો બી it's okay. અને એ સંકલ્પ નહીં ચાલે કે આપણને નથી મળ્યું. And this is the stage we have to bring ourselves, that there's no thought. You know, like see God in different ways is always inspiring us. But we're quite naughty children, aren't we? Yeah, there are many things we do okay, and there are many things we're holding for years. So Bhagwan aprati narash છે? Is God upset with us? Does God stop telling us? Does God finding, does God stop giving advice and, through different people reaching out to us? He doesn't. So can I bring myself to that stage where I am not affected because my expectations are not met? Right? So it is very important that we don't have expectations. And the simple tips, so every week we'll share a few tips with you, and you can keep making a notes of it. And you'll find that it will simplify your life so much. And not just simplify, but your life will become full of happiness. And just like what we've been sharing for Lataji, people in our connection will be sharing for us. All right? So now let's do some meditation. So sit back, relaxed. If you want to, you can sit with your legs crossed, but if not, just with your feet on the ground. And if you're holding anything in your hands, just put it on the side. Just taking your thoughts within. And reminding myself that I am a being of light. હું એક આત્મા જ્યોતિ સ્વરૂપ છું. પરમાત્માની સંતાન, child of God. પરમાત્મા જે પવિત્રતાના સાગર છે, જે જ્ઞાન, શક્તિ અને ગુણોના દાતા છે. God, the being of supreme light, one who is the bestower of wisdom, of virtues, of power, my true parent. just like my parent, the spiritual parent, being a bestower, I'd like to be that myself all the time. I remind myself that my life and the main purpose of life is to share. मनुष्य जीवन अपने બધા સાથે પ્યારથી શાંતિથી કાર્ય વ્યવહારમાં આવવા માટે છે. પરમાત્માની સંતાનને નાતે મારું જીવન પરમાત્મા સમાન માસ્ટર દાતા બનવાનું છે. જીવિતના તનની સફાઈનું ध्यान આપણે રાખીએ છીએ. શું ખાઈએ ને ન ખાઈએ એ ध्यान રાખીએ છીએ. આપણે મનને બી સાફ રાખવાનું છે. Just as I am aware of what I feed my body and the cleanliness of the body, I want to take that absolute care to make sure my heart, my thinking is also very, very pure, free of expectations. This habit of taking sorrow of what people have said, the thoughts that come based on those comments or criticism. Why are they saying that? Did they think of me like that? Who are they to say these things? How dare they do that? I free from those thoughts. I free myself from those thoughts. મારા મનને આ બધા ક્વેશ્ચનર્સથી પ્રશ્નોથી મુક્ત કરો. जहाँ क्यों क्यों है तो फिर सारे प्रश्नों की क्यों लग जाती है. In Hindi, the word question is queue, and there is like a huge queue of questions that arise that stresses me, that doesn't allow me to focus on doing the right karma. And though I may be surrounded by thousands of good things, one little thing upsets me so much that you wonder, what is the purpose of leading a life? But as shared earlier, our life is to share. Share happiness. Be happy. because I cannot share something I don't have myself. જરૂર બીજાની સેવાનું ધ્યાન રાખો, પોતાની સેવા કરવાનું ભૂલતા નહીં. રોજ મનને મજબૂત કરવાનું છે, પાવરફુલ બનવાનું છે. કારણ કે આજે મન શક્તિશાળી હશે તો આપણે બધું જ મેળવી શકશું. જો મન આપણા કાબુમાં નથી રહેતું તો જીવન જીવવાનો મતલબ નથી રહેતો. So let me be the master of the mind. Because otherwise the life feels worthless. And also I take now power from the Supreme. Because I may be weak, but as a child of God, God's always sharing good things about me. His vision for each of us is very beautiful. We are all gifted with various specialities. So from now on, I'd like to pay attention to what God thinks about me and not what I think about myself or what others do. પરમાત્માનું જે આપણા પ્રતિ દૃષ્ટિકોણ છે બહુ સુંદર છે. જેમ હરેક મા બાપનું બાળક કેવું પણ હોય પણ હંમેશા મા બાપને પોતાના બાળકો માટે એક આશા બની રહે. અને વિશ્વનું સૌથી બ્યુટીફુલ બાળક છે એ ધ્યાન રહી છે. પરમાત્મા પણ આપણને બધાને જ એ દૃષ્ટિથી જોઈ છે. તો હવે મારે કોનું સાંભળવું છે? પરમાત્મા જે મારા માટે વિચારે છે યા દુનિયા? એ આજે આપણે નક્કી કરીએ. So God wants to instill that self-respect in each of us. God's not there taking a stick to say you're bad and you're doing this, so you're doing that. In fact, giving us the awareness that you as my child are so beautiful, so powerful. So always remind yourself of that and be powerful. Be generous, be giving. So I free myself from any expectations and I free myself from a lot of sorrow. જેટલી આપણે અપેક્ષાઓને જવા દેશું એટલું આપણે જીવનમાં સુખ વધશે. I slowly bring back my thoughts to where I am, to where am I sitting, my surroundings. when you're ready. And if you have any questions, you can ask me.
Before I unmute everybody, please raise your hand if you've got a question, and one at a time, please.
Thank you very much. It was beautiful. It was so serene. So I just went in a trance. Thank you so much.
Vasuben?
No. By mistake.
Okay.
What God is looking, how do we know if He's looking after us? In what way?
Sorry, I didn't understand your question.
How do we know if God is looking after, in what way?
Yes.
આપણે કેવી રીતે ખબર પડે કે આપણે ધ્યાન કેવી રીતે ઠાકોરજી ધ્યાન રાખે છે?
મને ખબર નથી પડી કોને પ્રશ્ન પૂછ્યો.
Vasuben did.
મેં પૂછ્યું છે તમને ક્વેશ્ચન.
Anyway. So Thakurji કેવી રીતના આપણું ધ્યાન રાખે છે કેમ ખબર પડે? I think there's somebody singing in the background.
Yeah.
I'm just going to mute that person.
So
Didi, unmute yourself, please. Didi, unmute yourself, please.
So મારો જવાબમાં છે, હું તમને એક પ્રશ્ન પૂછું છું કે જો ઠાકોરજી આપણું ધ્યાન નહીં રાખે તો કોણ રાખશે? જો ભગવાન પર જ આપણો વિશ્વાસ નહીં રહે તો કોણ છે જે દુનિયામાં આપણને સહારો આપી શકશે? એટલે જે બી રૂપમાં તમે ભગવાનને માનતા હો છો તો જરૂર એ વિશ્વાસ તો રાખજો કે બીજા કોઈ આપણો સાથ દે ના દે પણ ભગવાન આપશે. I'd like to share a story to answer this question. Today actually Christian Dharmi story, but it's relevant to all of us. So there's a person who passes away and he was quite sick, but in his olden, young age, he was very healthy and always remembering God. So he sees God after he passes away and he says, God, how come that when I needed you most, you weren't there? So, સમજ્યા ને બધાને ગુજરાતીમાં ટ્રાન્સલેટ કરવાની જરૂર નથી? Okay. So how come when I needed you most, you weren't there? So he said, saying, how come you think like that? So he's saying, come God, I'll show you. There's a story which is known as the footprints or something on those lines. કે જો આપણે બે પગલા છે પહેલા શરૂઆત લાઈફમાં. So there are two sets of footsteps. Yes, known as footsteps. But as we journey towards the end of my life, there's only one set of footsteps. So ભગવાન કહે છે તું ચલ મારી સાથે આવ, નજીકથી જોઈ કોના footsteps છે? તો એ મારા footsteps છે, તારા નથી. કે તારે જ્યારે જરૂર હતી તો તું મારી ગોદીમાં હતો. You were in my lap when you needed me the most. So the final footsteps are mine. So God is always protecting us. The only thing is we have to have a pure heart. જો આપણી ભાવના સાચી નહીં હોય તો ભગવાન નહીં સફળ કરે એને. અને સફળ કરશે તો પણ સફળ થતી બી હશે તો બી વ્યર્થ જશે. Say for instance, હું કોઈને છેતરીને પૈસા લઈ લઉં. આજે મારી પાસે ગાડી બંગલો તો આવી જશે, પણ સુખ નહીં મળે. એ મારા દવાના ખર્ચામાં જશે, એના ખર્ચામાં જશે. એટલે કોઈને આપણે છેતરીને લઈ તો લીધું, પણ એનો ફળ નહીં થાય. સો ભગવાન આપણી બધી જ સારી ભાવનાઓને પૂર્ણ કરે છે. સો God fulfills our pure desires. Any wrong desires, even if it seemingly gets fulfilled, but there will be no happiness, and anything that we've received externally will also be used for wrong things. So we're creating wrong karma, by, deceiving something or somebody, we've got something, and then that is also being used for wrong things. Say it will go for medicine, it will go for drinking, it will go for wrong things. You're creating wrong karma more. I hope that helps.
નિર્મળાબેન.
પન્નાબેન, જય શ્રી કૃષ્ણ. બધાને જય શ્રી કૃષ્ણ. ધ્યાનમાં બેસે ને ત્યારે કહે છે કે અંદર જવાનું, તો અંદર કેવી રીતના જવાય એ મને ખબર નથી પડતી, તો મને જરાક સમજાવશો તો તમારી મહેરબાની.
I'm not able to see everybody, but Nirmala Ben, અંદર જવાનો મતલબ કે સૌથી પહેલા કે હું એક આત્મા છું એ સમજવાનું. અને આત્મા જેમ કે લાસ્ટ ટાઈમ આપણે વાત કરેલી ને કે અહીંયા હું પ્રકૃતિમાં વિરાજમાન છું, between the small brain and the big brain. So going inwards is like remembering that I am a soul. આપણી બધી જ પૂજા પાઠમાં સૌથી પહેલા જે વાતને આપણે પાકો કરવાનું છે એ છે કે ભાઈ હું આત્મા, હું નિર્મલાબેન છું, હું પન્નાબેન છું, હું દક્ષાબેન છું, એ સમજીને આપણે ભગવાનને નથી યાદ કરવાનું. પણ પરમાત્માની સંતાન હું આત્મા છું એ સમજીને યાદ કરવાનું છે. સો એને કહેવાય છે અંદર જવું. અને બીજું અંદર જવું માના કે ભાઈ બીજી બધી વસ્તુ મારે આજે રીંગણાનું શાક બનાવવું છે, ઊંધિયું બનાવવું છે, એ બધાને વાતને પાર્ક કરીને કે આ સમય મારા માટે છે અને ભગવાન શું મને કહેવા માંગે છે એ હું છું. So going inwards is like parking all the other things, all the pulls that's pulling me, and reminding myself, what is it that God wants me to do? What is it that I need to do for myself? I hope that explains.
બીજું કે આત્મા જ્યોતિ સમાન છે, તો જ્યોતિ તો જરા મોટી હોય, તો એ છે તે જ્યારે આત્મા જાય ત્યારે કેમ આપણે જોઈ ન શકીએ?
આત્મા માટે કહેવાય છે કે આત્મા અતિ સૂક્ષ્મ બિંદી સમાન છે. જે આત્માનું રૂપ છે ને એ આપણે પેન્સિલથી ડોટ બનાવીએ ને એનાથી બી સૂક્ષ્મ હોય છે. ખાલી સમજાવવા માટે આપણે કહીએ છીએ જ્યોતિ સમાન છે, પણ it is even such the point of pencil. Yeah, so it is not big like a flame, but it's just even smaller than a dot. જેમાં આપણે કહેવાય છે ને કે ભાઈ ટીપ ઓફ ધ હેર, ગીતામાંને બી કહેવાય છે ટીપ ઓફ ધ હેરનો પણ સૂક્ષ્મ ભાગ. આપણે વાળનું જે સૌથી આપણે ખેંચીએ વાળ, જે ઉપર સેજ સફેદ જેવું હોય ને વાળનો હિસ્સો, એનાથી બી સૂક્ષ્મ હોય, એટલે દેખાતું નથી આપણને.
થેન્ક યુ.
અને જે એક્સપેરિમેન્ટ્સ કર્યા છે ને, એટલે કાચની ઓલામાં રાખી દે, જે કોઈ વ્યક્તિ જવાવાળા હોય તેમને ગ્લાસના પેટીમાં રાખ્યું હોય, તો આત્મા જાય છે નથી કેમેરામાં આવી હતું, અને ક્રેક થઈને પેટી તૂટી જાય છે અને બહાર નીકળી જાય છે આત્મા. એવા ઘણા એક્સપેરિમેન્ટ્સ કર્યા છે. પણ આત્મા જે છે ને એ મેટાફિઝિકલ છે, એ સૂક્ષ્મ છે, એ ફિઝિકલ નથી, સ્થૂળ નથી વસ્તુ. એટલે આપણને આંખોમાં આપણી શક્તિ નથી એને જોવાની. જેમ કે ભાઈ આ દિવાલ પાછળ શું છે, તમે જે દિવાલ પર બેઠા છો બાજુમાં, એની પાછળ પણ તો છે ને વસ્તુ, તમને દેખાય છે? આપણા આંખોમાં શક્તિ નથી એને જોવાની, પણ એનો મતલબ એમ નથી કે પાછળ બીજી બિલ્ડિંગ નથી યા બીજો રૂમ નથી.
Anybody else? Salaman, you had one question.
Anabel, can I say something?
Okay. બોલો અરુણાબેન.
જય શ્રી કૃષ્ણ દક્ષાબેન. મને છે ને અત્યારે આઈ એમ સફરિંગ વિથ એન્ઝાઇટી, પણ મારાથી છે ને રિલેક્સ નથી થવાતો. આઈ એમ હેવિંગ વેરી ડિફિકલ્ટી રિલેક્સિંગ. સો what's the best thing to do that? And I keep having negative thoughts.
So in this exercise, we have to really remember that Atma is the Malik, is the master. And we have three faculties: mind, intellect, and sanskar. Man, buddhi અને સંસ્કાર આપણી સૂક્ષ્મ શક્તિ છે. પણ આત્માની આ શક્તિઓ છે, તો આત્મા માલિક છે. તો અત્યારે જે તમારા કાબુમાં નથી એટલું બધું એ મન છે. Yeah, which is being influenced by past memories, or કઈ વસ્તુ ન થઈ હોય, તમને નિરાશા આવી ગઈ હોય, you let hope. પણ as a soul, આપણે hope કોઈ દિવસ નથી છોડવાની. So, you have to try till you succeed. Yeah, even if you don't succeed, you don't stop trying. Because the biggest guilt we would have at the end of our life is that I didn't try. Yeah? And you have to remind yourself that the soul is the master of the mind. See, mind is not the master. We have given the mind the mastership, but he's not the mind. It's not the master, sorry. So we have to take back the control as a soul. Yeah? And the other thing is, get yourself involved in things you like. Say you're good at gardening, or you're good at singing, you're good at painting, or you're good at, making things. Get yourself more involved in these things. Find an outlet like these groups to be busy with those things. Go for walks. So physical things helps. Getting into fresh environment helps. Breathing helps. Pranayams helps. Some medication also help. So don't avoid medication till you know you're really better. Sometimes we think, well, I'm not getting better. We leave the medication. We're really also looking at one of the person who's going through something like that. And she says, oh, my back's hurting, this, that, and the other. And I don't get time to eat and cook. And, nobody is coming to help me. I said, but people are coming to help you. But nobody can be there with you 24 hours, can they be?
Yes.
So we have to learn to take responsibility. And then, of course, God helps.
Yeah. True. Thank you. Very well explained. Thank you.
Salaben?
જય શ્રી કૃષ્ણ દક્ષાજી. મને એટલું જ પૂછવું હતું, પણ મને આન્સર મળ્યો કે અંદર કેવી રીતે જવાય, પણ તમે સમજાવ્યું, એટલે that was my question first. પણ પછી બીજા જણે પૂછ્યો ને એટલે મને સમજણ પડી કે as you explained કે આત્મા છું, અને when you are praying or anything like that, just think that you are atma and you are not soul, you are not બીજા બધા વિચાર નહીં કરવાના. Is that right?
Yes, you understood it correctly. Yes.
Yeah, good, thank you.
Any more questions?
If not, we'll have another set of meditation, and I'd like to play a song at the end, just to cover what I was sharing.
Okay.
Thank you.
You wanted to share the screen as well for something.
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, for the song. Yes.
Thank you.
So do a brief meditation, a few minutes, and then we'll finish with the song. So I'm going to share a screen of light. This is what we understand is the form of the Supreme. So if you feel comfortable, please leave your eyes open and just follow the thoughts. You don't need to repeat out loud, but hopefully you'll enjoy. Just give me a minute. Consider myself to be a soul. मैं एक आत्मा છું. ને જેમ આપણે ઘરની સફાઈનું ધ્યાન રાખીએ છીએ, એવી રીતના મનની બી સફાઈનું ધ્યાન રાખીએ. I like to take care, make sure that my mind is free of waste. Like give importance to physical cleanliness. Like to give importance, making sure I, the soul, whose heart, whose mind is full of cleanliness. I don't want to hold on to any past regrets, any animosity. Let it go. મારી ભૂલ, બીજાની ભૂલ, બધી બાબતોથી જાતને ફીલ કરું છું. તેમાં મારું કલ્યાણ નથી. અંદર મંદિર સમાન હોય. Enemy, my inner world should be like a temple. Remind myself that I'm a child of divine. The place where I'm staying, body, and all my faculties, the mind, the buddhi, the sanskar. Like this way has to be divine, that are divine. Your man, your buddhi, sanskar, आत्मा समान पवित्र बने. याद देना. આપણે પરમાત્માનું ગીત સાંભળીએ. પરમાત્મા આપણને શું શિક્ષા આપે છે એનું ગીત. Listen to a Hindi song telling us how we need to live our life.
your digital railcard and tickets.
Shanti. So next week, we'd like to take the topic of how not to give sorrow. Because sometimes we don't realize that what we say or do may hurt somebody. So how to be careful about those things, because it's not that we are harming others only, but we also harm ourselves. Okay, so thank you, lovely sisters and some brothers. Thank you for the opportunity, and we'll see you next Sunday.
Thank you very much, Didi. It was beautiful. અને નિર્મળાબેન હું તમને એક એક્ઝામ્પલ આપું. અત્યારે આપણે વિડીયો જોયો તો સ્ટાર હતા ને એ તમે ધારીને એમને જોયા રાખો ને એ પિક્ચરને, પછી તમે ધીરે રહીને આંખ બંધ કરો ને, that's how તમને અહીંયા જ્યોત દેખાય. That's how you get into a trance. So that's an example. So તમે એવી રીતના જોયા રાખો, and then just close your eyes slowly. Otherwise, sometimes આપણે એક ધારીને પિક્ચર જોતા હોય, આપણી આંખ આમ બે કરીએ ને એ તમને જોત વચ્ચે લાવે, અને then you get into a trance as well. So I've given you an example of 2 ways of getting into a trance. Am I right, Didi?
Yes, but we do meditate with our eyes open, which I'll introduce next time, slowly, one thing at a time. So that's
Yes,
it.
absolutely. Thank you very much, all ladies and gentlemen. We thoroughly enjoyed Didi. And also, I would like to remind you all that this afternoon at 2 o'clock, we've got this Hasya. Now that we have tried to settle and comfort our mind to relax, and now our body needs laughing and more activity into your body as well is needed. So try and join in this afternoon at 2 o'clock for laughter yoga, which is going to be very brilliant. The artist is from India. So try and join in for this afternoon. And as you all know, we're still looking for donors who can at least, give 5-10 pounds. That is appreciated.
And I think it's okay if I leave now?
Yes.
You're okay.
Thank you.
Good.
Thank you,
Thank
Ben.
you. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll see you next week. And as Didi was saying, yes, I'm going to try and get a translator as well for English and Hindi if possible, so Didi can talk in Gujarati. I'm going to try, as I said, koshish karish, then whatever happens will happen. Otherwise, we're just going to have to accept the way we are going at the moment.
Okay.
But I will try. Thank you. Thank you, Didi, very much. Have a lovely day. So, as I was saying, please try and join in this afternoon at 2 o'clock. And then Monday, we have a Zumba. And then Tuesday, we got low carb. And then Wednesday, we got Cornerstone, talking about law, wills, and lasting power. So try and join in for all these activities and look out for the links in the events group. So I'm going to say goodbye and catch up with you at 2 o'clock. Try and join in at 1:30, please, if possible. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye then.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you. Annaben, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Panna-ben, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you,
Happy
Panna-ben.
Thank you, Panna.
birthday to you. આજે રંજુબેનનો birthday છે. Happy birthday to
Day to
you.
you.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to you. Happy birthday, dear Ryan. Happy birthday to you. Many, many, many happy returns of the day, Ranjuben.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Happy birthday, Ranjuben.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
ચાલો બધાને બેડા રંજુબેન તૈયાર થઈને ફાઈન આવજો આજે બપોરના.
Okay.
बर्थडे पार्टी तो बनती है पन्ना में.
Yes.
Absolutely, absolutely. बर्थडे पार्टी तो बनती है.
Thank you. Thank you, Panna.
You're welcome. Thank you all. Take care. Catch you at